APLC. APLC. APLC operating in a chemical industry. Number one, the company belongs to chemical. Has planned two new projects. Number one, expansion. Expansion. And number two, diversification. Where to diversify? Diversified into food industry. Information relating to existing business. Existing business means existing equity beta given. And the company, these are the debts: 12% bonds, equity shares, reserves, share price, market price, further information, risk free rate, market return. Then equity beta of a similar size food industry is 1.25. Proxy company. Market value of debt, market value equity. The company does not want this statement. The company does not want to change its capital structure in the financial gearing. Change in systematic risk, but not change in financial gearing. Calculate the WACC suitable for investment of the expansion and diversification. That's what the requirement is. Now the question about what is the question about? Question about expansion, diversification. Two issues here: expansion and diversification. And what we required here, candidates, listen here: WACC, KE, beta equity, beta asset. Now, first thing, start. Expansion. Expansion. In case of expansion, if we want the KE, if we want KD, sorry, with respect to expansion, sorry, not with respect to expansion. Number one, start with this. We want to working with the WACC. The WACC, the most important thing, the what is the company E? What is the company D? Candidates, you must be participative. Huh? With respect to E, the company's equity shares 3 million sterling and share price is 2.5. 3,000 divided by sterling 1 into 2.5, that's equals to 7,500. Be participative. Huh? What about the debts? That's a 2 million debts, bonds, 12% bonds redeemable after 4 years, 2 million sterling. And the market value of the bonds here, 108 per sterling 100. 2000 divided by 100 into sterling 108. That's 2160. 7500 2160. That's 9660. Why I haven't started direct expansion or diversification? Just mention the term WAC, because this is called the company capital structure. This is what the company capital structure, irrespectively debt finance or equity, sorry, irrespectively expansion or diversification. This proportion is same. For example, the proportion 77% and 23%. Approx, huh? Approx. Either expansion, diversification. This will not change. Either expansion or diversification. This will not change. That's the important thing. Number two, the very important thing, candidates here. In case of KD, either expansion, either diversification. Here, the KD. Now, KE has two models, valuation model and CAPM. Now, KD also has two models, valuation and CAPM. Here, debt beta is not given. Here, debt beta is not given. So that means we have to calculate the KD by valuation model. By valuation model. And how to work out with the valuation model with respect to last video? We have to identify either this is non-marketable, no, this is marketable, yes. In marketable, this is redeemable or irredeemable. This is not irredeemable. So important, marketable and redeemable. KD is calculated through IRR. KD is calculated by internal rate of return. Now, how to calculate the IRR? A plus A upon A minus B multiplied by B minus A. Small a is equal to lower discount rate. Small b, any higher discount rate. High, upper arrow higher, lower arrow low. Small capital A, that NPV from small a. Capital B, NPV from small b. Now we can work accordingly. Yes. Candidates, now it's time to calculate the IRR with respect to that particular bonds. Yes, candidates, do remember that particular point. Whenever you calculate the K or KD, always with respect to, always with viewpoint of investor. Here the debt holder. If debt holder, what the mindset we should have to develop here? What the mindset we should have to develop here? If investor invest this bond, at what price the investor will purchase the bond? Par value or market value? Of course, the market value. The investor will buy the bonds with 108 negative. Now at year zero. Till 4 years, he will get the return. That's 4 years. Do remember interest always. Par value multiplied by coupon rate. Par value coupon rate. Coupon rate is 12% and par value 100. That's equals to 12. And redemption, nothing is mentioned at par. That's 100. Take any two discount rates. For example, 5%, 1, 1.05, 4.329, 0.784. That's 108 negative. 12 into 4.329. 51.948. That's 52. 78.4 into 100. 0.78 into 100. That is 78. Approx 52, 78 minus 108. That's 22. Positive. Let's take up another one. Check this answer, huh? 15%. That's 1. I've taken the wrong one, huh? I've taken the for 5 years. That's 4 years. I'm sorry for this. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. You people must be participative with me. You can identify the what mistake I've done. That's 1. I've taken 5 years matter. In fact, here the 4 years. 1.05. 3.546. And that's 15%. 1.15. 72. 2.855. Yes, calculated. 108 negative 3.546 multiplied by 12, that is 42.5. That's 82. 82 40 82 43 minus 108. That's 17. And that is positive. 108 2.855 multiplied by 12. 34.26. 34 57. 34 57 minus 108. That is minus 17. Almost equal. Almost equal. 2.855 into 12. 34.26. And 0.572 into 100. 57. 57 34 minus 108. Approx equal. So rounding of IRR approx 10%. IRR 5% plus 17. 17 multiplied by 15% minus 10%, minus minus plus. So what's the answer? 17 divided by 34 into 5 plus 5. 17 divided by 34 into 10 plus 5. It's approx 10%. If you have taken different percentages, no issue at all. That's 10%. So IRR approx 9.8, 10.3, no issue at all. That's equals to 10%. Now candidates, be with me. Now it's time for what? Now it's time for the WAC. Here, the working WAC. WAC for expansion, WAC for diversification. But the important point here, either for expansion, either for diversification, E, D, KD, same. Means no change in the financial risk. Either expansion, diversification, we will use 77.23. Either expansion, diversification, we will use KD 10%. Can you please reply me on WhatsApp? Are you people with me? The, the most important area of the question. Now, in the case of expansion, in the case of expansion, the KE, RF plus RM minus RF into beta equity, into beta equity. So what is about the KE? RF given in the question 6%. This one 6%, market return 14%, and the company equity beta 1.45. the company can use same beta equity because this beta equity, listen, shows the systematic risk of chemical, systematic risk of chemical, and the financial risk of APLC. That's we need. That's we need. So what the answer? 14 minus 6 into 1.45 plus 6. Yes, brilliant, very good. 17.6%. Candidates, by the way, not the requirement of the question. By the way, not the requirement of the question. What if, what if I require beta acid of chemical? Can we calculate the beta acid of chemical? Means now expansions. What is the actual systematic risk of this chemical? We can calculate now with this formula. Beta acid is equal to beta equity E upon E plus D 1 minus T. We can calculate now. Means 1.45, and the E structure that's mentioned on the, sorry, that's calculated, we have already done with. That's 77 and 23. 77, 23, 1 minus tax. What's the tax rate? 30. We can calculate now. 23 into 0.7. 1.12. Can you please recheck this calculation once again? That's 1.12. So what I can say that's 17.6 and 1.12. That's a beta acid. That's a beta acid. Now we can work with respect to WAC. 17.6% into 77% plus KD 10%, 10%, 1 minus tax. Okay, 1.19. Okay, 1.19. Done. Or 1.20. 1.20. Okay, it's good. Now work out with the WAC. 17.6 into 77%, that's KE multiplied by E percentage KD 1 minus tax and D percentage. What's the D percentage? So please identify what the figure. 17.6 multiplied by 0.77, 10 into zero point 0.7 into 0.23. That's equals to 15%. Yes, 15.16, 15%. Just put that data above. 15% VAT or 15.16. Okay, take out 15.16. 15.16, that's the data. VAT 15.16%. How much the K? How was the K? 17.6. Beta equity 1.25. No, 1.45. And beta asset 1.20. Now important. That's an expansion. Huh? Now we required for diversification. Now required for diversification. One moment, please. Okay. Now we have to complete this information now. That's diversification. For diversification, we have to move with respect to EDKD. No, already calculated. The game is about KE. So first step, do we have beta asset of food industry? That shows the systematic risk. No. For this, we have to enter with the proxy. Beta asset, beta equity, proxy. P stands for proxy. Multiply by E upon E plus D 1 minus T. Yes, come on. This portion also belongs to proxy. Proxy, proxy, and proxy. Proxy, proxy, proxy. Proxy 1.45, 3 and 4. Sorry, 1.25, 3 and 4.2. 1.25. 3,000 debts and 4 to equity. Sorry. 1 minus tax. Yes, can you reply me what's the beta asset? Zero 0.83. Very good. 0.83. This is the first step. Now second, This is what called ungeared beta, candidates. This process is called geared to ungeared. It's geared to ungeared. Now we have to identify ungeared beta to geared beta with same. Now adjusting our own structure. Yes. If beta asset 0.83 and we have to adjust our financial risk with the values as above 77 and 23. Yes. 77. Yes, please answer me. How much it? Beta equity. Make it quick. That's equal to 0.995. Beta equity equal to 1. That's 1. If beta equity is equal to 1, that means risk equal to company's risk equal to market risk. And if company's risk equal to market risk, that means KE means company's return. KE, that's company's return equal to market return RM. It's a common sense. Otherwise, you can calculate. KE is equal to what's the RF? 614. Market return is 14 minus 6% into 1. That means equal to 14% definitely. So now candidates, what's the WACC? 14% multiplied by the proportion of 7723. KD 10%, 1 minus tax into 23%. So 14 into 0.77, 10 into zero point 0.7 into 0.23. That's equals to 12.39. 12.39, 14, 12.39, 14, beta equity 1. And what was the beta? What was the beta asset? 1 point. What was the beta asset? 0.83. Now, candidates, it's time for analysis. This need to be analyzed. Need to analyze. The very important thing need to analyze here. This portion reflecting risk. This portion related to sorry. This portion related to return. This portion related to risk. Now analyze the situation. Number one, for expansion and diversification, we cannot use the same WAC for investment appraisal. Once again, for expansion and diversification, we cannot use the same WAC, means same discount rate. Because of what? WAC means expected return. And the expected return must embed the relevant risk which the investment have. That's important. The principle is very simple, as embedded in our mind already. That's we already immune with this. Immune. Higher the risk, higher the return. Lower the risk, lower the return. Higher the risk, higher the return. Lower the risk, lower the return. It means it means risk and return should be parallel. It means risk and return should be parallel. Return must be equal to risk. Come on, make analysis. Return is higher side, expected return is higher side, either WAC or KE, in expansion as compared to diversification. WAC in expansion higher, 15.6 as compared to 12.39, expansion versus diversification. Why WAC is higher? Because expansion KE is higher, 7.6, 17.6 and 14. Why the return is higher? It's actually about risk is higher. Expansion risk, beta equity, beta asset is higher, and the diversification risk is lower. So this is the equal principle, as the return is parallel with risk. Now more detail. Expansion WAG is higher because KE is higher. Why KE is higher? Because beta equity in the expansion is higher than diversification. Beta equity, two component, financial risk and systematic risk. The difference is not due to the reason of financial risk, but due to the reason of systematic risk. So the main reason of this difference is beta asset. I repeat, higher return in expansion as compared to diversification because higher risk in expansion as compared to diversification. Which risk is higher? Financial risk, systematic risk, both. Not both, not financial risk, only the systematic risk. Actually, expansion having more systematic risk as compared to diversification. That is 1.2 and 0.83. That's the all story about. Candidates, I hope that you If you are watching the video, you will get all the points very clarified. If not, you must have to respond me on WhatsApp. That is prerequisite. That is compulsory before starting the advanced investment appraisal.